Hot Toast, episode number 6. As always, I appreciate you if you've made it to episode 6. If you've listened to the first episode and you're on episode 6 right now, give yourself a big fat congratulations from me to you, because even you guys jumping on this platform and listening to what I have to say and the people I keep bringing on and what they have to say is it's really kind of unique and important, as this is an upcoming podcast. So, I would appreciate everyone coming in and joining in, because it is in my best interest as well to be giving you guys knowledgeable advice and having guests that are giving knowledgeable advice. But nonetheless, welcome to episode 6 of the Hot Toast podcast. We got Portia on episode number 6.
Oh, hey everyone!
And I'll let you introduce yourself, because I always feel like I can't give you the introduction that you deserve. So it's easier that you introduce yourself and then let the people know who you are, what you're about, and then we'll jump into this podcast.
Okay, so my name is Portia. I've been in business for in and out.
Yeah.
For like since I was 18. So
Since 18?
Yes, since I was 18.
Okay, yeah.
So that's like 7 years now. Getting old, yeah.
Been
so
grinding.
that's like I've been grinding since.
But grinding and
actually,
learning.
You know what?
Grinding and
I've
learning.
been. You know what? Let me actually tell you a true story. When I came here, I was 13 years old.
Okay, yeah.
And then, like when you come here, I was 13. I was like, oh, mom, I can't get a job because I don't have my NI.
Yeah.
So I used to do my mom's friend's hair every weekend. I was fully booked.
Yeah.
Every weekend I used to do hair.
Yeah.
And I was making money. So that's like grinding since I was 13.
The hustle mentality.
Yeah, like I was making, because every month I would make like maybe 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Because I was doing one person a week.
Yeah.
And I used to take Sundays off. So on Saturday I used to do somebody's hair every Saturday.
Yeah.
So since I was 13. And then when I was 18,
Yeah.
and I was 16, I got a job straight away.
Right.
But business-wise, since I was 18.
So you've been doing business, learning about business. Obviously, in those years, you've been doing different types of businesses.
Oh, yes. Only I've evolved. Over the years, I've evolved. So that's like my first one.
Yeah.
When I was 18, I was selling hair extensions.
Yeah.
Making wigs, doing hair, like braids.
Yeah.
And then, that kind of stopped when I was 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21. Because I wanted big money. That's the problem. Because I was tired of making the £100, the £200, the £300, £500.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I really want the big money. Like the £1,000, the 10,000.
Yeah.
And that's when I switched. And now I'm into like property.
Yeah.
And a bit of, I'm into quite a lot of businesses as well.
Yeah.
That I'm really into.
So one of the key things, or one of the key topics we want to touch on today, is wealth creation, especially being young, Black, first generation immigrants.
Yeah.
And how important it is for wealth creation, what sort of things we need to be doing ourselves to put ourselves in positions to create wealth, and, that kind of aspect of our life.
Yeah.
And what you're doing to put yourself.
So I think when it comes to wealth creation as a Black, I think you really need to first thing you need to firstly understand the dynamic of where we are, like in the UK.
And don't get me wrong, some of this information, obviously, we're not just saying Black people. Obviously, if you're white and you listen to this, you can still apply some of those things.
But we're speaking from a point of a black person.
Yeah, because
we are Black.
we are two Black people speaking about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I think the foundation of wealth creation is your why. Why do you want to create wealth? And I think for it can be like as general as like, oh, I want to create wealth because I want to be rich and I want to make money.
Yeah.
But then I think it's when it comes to being rich and when it comes to being wealthy, it's so different that the mentality to create the two are completely different, in my own opinion. Yeah. You can be rich. I think like us millennials, you can be rich.
Yeah.
But then building wealth, it's much more deeper. You need to have a deeper why, and then from that, so start with one. You need to have a deeper why, and why do you want to create wealth? For me personally, I have a big drive of creating something that my kids can inherit. Because I think if I don't do it, no one else will, and I didn't get anything from my dad when he died. Yeah, I didn't get anything. I was never gonna get anything if my mom goes away. Yeah, so it's kind of my responsibility. Yeah, to create something for my children, and that's my biggest why. It's just to create something tangible that my kids can inherit. And the second thing that I would say, I think it's vision. You need to have a clear vision of what you want to create. And so it's like, for example, let's start with you, Primal.
Yeah.
Because you already have a big vision for it. So how are you going to turn Primal into making money, from making money, becoming rich, and then to creating wealth?
I mean, for me, it goes beyond Primal. It's not just Primal. Primal is like one of the visions. Because I look at it, things, you see, with wealth creation, I look at wealth creation like, I look at other people in terms of, I'm looking at other people who've made it in business and people who've achieved certain greatness in their life. And I'm thinking, you're just as human, just like me. We both have the same 24 hours. We both eat. We both, have to go to sleep. But that person's obviously doing something with their time, and they're obviously putting themselves in positions. The more you're going to keep trying, eventually something's going to have to work.
It's gonna work, yeah.
Something's going to have to work. So I look at other people and I'm like, cool. I look at myself and I'm like, I don't deserve to not have the lifestyle that I want.
Yeah.
Because why can I see other people, they have that lifestyle and I can't achieve it, but we're just human beings, just like you. So for me, I guess Primal is just one of those things. So it is a business that I've created because I was just going to the gym a lot and I sort of lack of, good fitting gym clothes. Sometimes you can go to a gym, you just see people, they're just wearing whatever. I just want to make that standard. And as well, I'm more of like a visionary type of person. I attention to detail. Yeah. So, I'm picking my fabrics, I'm picking this, I'm picking that. I want to make sure that it's a nice, great fit. So, because when I was in the gym, starting out, I didn't really have gym specific clothes. I was like, okay, this feels good. Okay, cool, I might just wear this to the gym. So that's where Primal came from. But, it goes into more stuff. There's more stuff I want to do because I feel like where I'm like limitless. Like I feel like I could do more than what I'm doing now. I don't want to cap myself at a low level. So that's kind of like my why.
Yeah, and I like what you said as well, that you're saying you're creating a brand that has good fabric. Sorry, no, it's not just good fabric. I mean, like good sportswear that anyone can wear.
Yeah.
So it's not just capped to certain people. It's just anyone. You've got women now. You have male side. Yeah. So which is, and that can
Primal Kids Sunland.
Sunland.
Yeah, it's coming.
And maternity as well.
Yeah, it's all coming. So
that is like the foundation of what you're creating.
Yeah.
So it's like when you have a vision for that, and then you need to make a plan. Say, okay, what is my plan in, like, in terms of sales, in terms of, the production, the logistics side of it, and how can I systemize this in a way that if I give it to my kids, my first child, to say, okay, run Primal, how is he going to be able to run and take off to the moon, the same brand, and then my children's children
after that,
So it's literally, this is how the other people do it. It's like McDonald's blueprint. They have 18-year-olds that work in McDonald's because it's that simple for an 18-year-old to work.
I didn't look at it like that.
And that's like, I think for wealth creation, I think because I've been literally reading a lot about separating how are the Muslims and how are the Jews and the English, how are they, the disparity in wealth. Why is the curve so steep when it comes to black? And then I've been realizing about how black people, they have built businesses, but they died with the businesses. And because they did not create systems. They just did not create systems that could be passed down to the next child. And when you create just simple systems in your business that you can give to a 16-year-old fresh out of GCSEs, and they can mimic the system and be able to still run your business.
That means also
then you've created a brand that can last.
Okay.
For a long time.
Okay. Now it's gonna make me even start looking at how I do things differently, because for me it's a lot harder, obviously, because I'm sort of like self-invested. Everything, I'm putting my own time and effort into it. So I've had to learn every single thing that I do
yourself.
It goes down to even the smallest things, like finding a manufacturer, designing the stuff, ordering the stuff, you know, setting up the website. When you're like trying to do all this stuff, it's all a bit too much. But you need to learn it all, because then once you get bigger, you kind of know what type of people you're gonna need to put in that side of the business. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things.
But then the good thing about also learning everything is when you create your systems, you are able to tailor it to what you want.
Yeah.
So I'll give an example. In my business, I employed a VA 6 months ago. And I literally...
For those that don't know, that's a virtual assistant.
A virtual assistant, sorry.
Someone that's handling all your...
She handles all of my logistics. Like, so when I look at properties, it was taking me so much time. On Rightmove, I'm looking on Zoopla, Gumtree, all of that. It was consuming me. It would take me like 8 hours to just do that. So I literally, because I've been doing this for myself for so long.
How long you been doing that for?
For property, I've been in property for 2 years now.
Okay,
2 years. But then it's been a lot of hiccups.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of solid. You know, I've been at the beginning, I was kind of like jack of all trades. I wanted to do a lot of strategies. But now I've reached a point where I know the strategy that I'm targeting. That works for me now.
Now created your blueprint basically.
Yeah, I've like created my blueprint now. So yeah, it's because I've worked in all my fields. I created my website. I was the one who was going for the viewings. I was the one who was doing this. So when I employed her, I knew exactly where I want. I knew the type of person that I wanted. I wanted somebody who's an extrovert, somebody who's not shy, somebody who's tailored, you know, right to the detail, because I'm not to the detail. I'm a numbers person. Yeah. So So because you have done all of that, when it comes to employ people and create your own systems, you're gonna be really good.
Yeah.
At doing that. Yeah.
That's another way of... It kind of helps because you're coming in from looking from the outside. Yeah. Because obviously there's certain situations I've had and I've come to you for advice and this and that, and you kind of, you know, help me out as well. But you've also seen, you know, the struggles of, you know...
Seen it all.
Yeah, the trials and tribulations.
No, like business is not easy. Yeah. Like, you know, the thing, you know, if somebody had told me business is this hard, I think I've been employed. Yeah. Because I think being employed, do you know why I find so hard when it comes to business is the lack of not switching off. Yeah. Like, I don't switch off. Yeah. Like, when I'm sleeping, I'm thinking about, okay, what is she doing tomorrow? Like, my VA, what is she doing? Or have I assigned a task? Or have I replied that email? Yeah. But it's when I see the result, like the checks coming in and like, you know, the invoice being fulfilled. Yeah,
we're working now.
Like, you know, like, wow, this feels good. And, you know, when the checks come in, they come in. Yeah. But when it's hard, but then it's the way, like what you're saying, how we were talking earlier, like you see the end goal. Yeah. Like when you have a clear, coming back to how to create wealth, it's like when you have a clear vision of what you want. Actually, something that I've been doing with my sisters and everyone is making a 5-year plan, like a financial plan.
Okay, financial plan.
Yeah, financial plan. So I have because I've got a financial advisor. So it's like I see how he sees things from his side into like how he literally like, Portia, let's put your life on a paper in numbers. How much are you making? And that's one of the part of wealth creation as well. It's like being able to reflect on what you have now. Yeah. So what do you have now and where do you want to go? So if you say, okay, in 5 years, I want to be making 10K a month. Yeah. What do you have now? So now you might say, okay, I have a job that's giving me 2K a month. And I've got my expenditure, like, let's say you live with your mom. You have a job, you know, you're making 2K a month, but you live with your mom, so you're saving a lot of money on rent. But then you're spending £1,000. So that means what you have now, you have £1,000 of savings to invest into something to get you to the goal of making 10K. Yeah.
But then as well, I feel like, do you feel like, okay, cool, when you're saying that, there's 2 questions I wanted to ask. Obviously, you got a financial advisor. Do you think people who don't actively own a business need a financial advisor?
I think, actually, that's a good question. I think everyone needs a financial advisor. Because I see financial advice like life insurance. Yeah. Where everyone needs to have life insurance. Yeah. I think, you know, because, you know, the thing with financial advisors, I even regret getting a financial advisor when I was 24. Okay. Instead of when I was 21. Yeah. Because I think then I should have got one. Yeah. Because I feel like we get so busy making money to actually have enough time to plan for the money that we're making.
Yeah.
And having a financial advisor, I think anyone really, if you're making money and you have money in your savings, they have the ability to just find out what's there out there for you, where you can park your money.
Okay, all right.
So your money can, grow.
Accumulate,
compound interest.
Yeah, compound interest,
compound effect and everything that's it. Because working so hard in parking your money in the bank.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what's the interest right now? Is it not like 0.0 something?
Something silly.
Yeah, with something silly. Whereas a financial advisor, okay, it's you're committing because you have to pay for them. But then what I'm getting, because I don't see, the thing is, me, I don't see what I'm paying and seeing what I'm getting when I pay.
Yeah.
So if I'm making if I sit with somebody and say, okay, Portia, if you buy these stocks, if you buy these shares, they're gonna give you 10% interest a year.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm paying them, I don't know, maybe £1,000.
Yeah.
But then the financial advice for 5 years or 10 years.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money. Like, what?
Because you have to look at it. One thing I've learned is if you're not making your money work for you, there's a high chance that every single day money is coming out. Money's coming out. It's coming out. It's every single day. Every single day you live in, money is going to come out regardless, because you're going to need to eat. You're going to need to pay your bills. You're going to want to, dress yourself nice.
Yes.
All of these things count. So money is every single day, whether you like it or not. It's going to come out. Yeah. But if you can make your money go up a little bit, even if it's £10, 20, 50, you can start low. Your money could go up every single day by £10.
By £10, yeah. And I think actually, you know what? I feel like maybe we're even making more fancy to say financial advisor.
Yeah.
Let's just strip that away. Align yourself with people that are financially literate. So maybe aligning yourself, if you have an uncle or you have a brother that reads a lot about financial, is it Bloomberg or Bloomerang?
Yeah, those kind of
Financial Times or
those kind of blogs.
Yeah, all those kind of blogs that literally breathe those kind of blogs and that are very financially literate. Align yourself with those kind of people. And it's the power of association. Just associate yourself with friends that are in, that own businesses, that are into investing. It might be cryptocurrency, stocks, shares, ETFs, whatever it is. Just align yourself with people that are doing, things like that, those kind of things. And then that way you're able to learn and pick up things quite a lot.
Yeah. Because jumping on what you just said, I've listened to another podcast and they touched on, it's more in life, it's more about who you know. Because there's a certain saying, show me your network and I'll show you your net worth.
Oh God, if you see my network, I'll be in minus 100.
It's impossible to just know so many people that they've put themselves in so many positions that it's going to force you to grow. And that's it's such a fundamental thing that people don't realize, but we do it in our day-to-day life. But when it comes to business and small things like that, we don't use that tactic.
I think, you know what, it's actually quite a good point you made, because I feel like we have sometimes we have a good network, but we don't talk about things that matter within our networks. Yeah. Because I feel like, remember when I was like, oh, I'm into property, and then you connected me to that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy turned out to be a really good guy. Like, what? Yeah. You don't realize how much I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Hagen, you connected me to this guy. Yeah. Because he actually turned out, and through him, I actually ended up connecting to a mortgage broker who I spoke to, and he gave me a big plan that I'm actually following through. Yeah. Like one of my biggest plan in 2021. Yeah. I got it from that mortgage broker that I got from that guy.
That's crazy.
And that's, how the connection. Yeah. And then I end up linking up with two quantities of it. Like, the link has been mad. Wow. Just from that one guy that you gave me. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's about, but then I asked you about, we were having a conversation that I'm doing property. Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, I know someone. Yeah. And that's how the conversation starts. So I feel like we're not discussing about things that matter. Because I know even in my social group, I don't, it's, I don't talk about certain things with certain people. Yeah. So I feel like sometimes.
Not everyone can relate.
Yeah, not everyone can relate. So I feel like maybe sometimes talking about things that, no, it's not like we are not talking about things that matter, because everything matters. Yeah. But maybe we need to like have more deep, serious conversations around money. Yeah. And around wealth creation and around, generational wealth.
Yeah, money is it's one of those ones, isn't it? Everyone likes talking about money until it comes to talking about your money. It's a bit like.
But then that's the British culture, though. We're black
Yeah.
and we're African. So I feel like it doesn't apply to us.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about money.
Yeah.
Because we came here to work. So we need to talk about money every day.
You know, another reason for me to create, wealth in abundance, really. Not even in abundance, but even if you're making something like 100K in this current climate, you're like way up, like, do you know what I mean? Not even 8% of the entire population is making that.
No, it's not. We are literally one of the smaller percentages.
Yeah, I think 80 is even low.
Yeah,
I'd have to look it up, but I think
because I think the average is not like 35,000
salary.
Yeah, like the average.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, but then I know it's lower than 40.
Yeah,
it's definitely lower than 40.
So you just have to think to yourself, really, if I make certain moves, because when I look at Primal, when I look at the things that I'm doing, like you said, you need to have a 5-year plan. And when I'm looking at certain things, I feel like a lot of people, they get lost in the numbers in terms of, they might. That's why when you said, if someone told me, become an entrepreneur, I would have probably said it's probably easier to get a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the graph of an entrepreneur, it could go up one day. It could straight down times 10.
Yeah.
I've gone through that phase.
In one of my business, I've never paid myself. Until today, I haven't paid myself. And that's how hard it is.
Yeah.
But then when it's that point, maybe year 1, year 2, or year 3, where it starts going up, and it goes really high.
Up, yeah.
So that I think that's when you have the vision for that time. That's all you need. Have a clear vision.
Yeah.
Have your plan written down, your financial, whatever it is, on your goals, and just focus. And I think that's my last point as well.
Yeah.
Because for our generation, I remember I went to this conference like long time ago.
Yeah.
I actually invited you and you didn't come.
I think I was working.
I think you were working. Yeah. And one of the things that the lady said at the conference was like, one of the biggest challenge of our generation, like millennials, it's focus.
Yeah.
I think, and I struggle every day. Just to focus on one thing without going on Instagram or without being distracted to say, or just focusing on one thing. And I think when it comes to wealth creation, that's number one. Like, focus on one thing, master it, become the master in that thing. So if you're into property, become the best. One of the well-known people that are really good in just one strategy. Yeah. And then, build your cash flow from that, and then later on diversify. Yeah. It's one thing that my financial advisor tells me every day, but should focus on one thing, become really good at it. Yeah. Once you become good at that, make money from it, and then get the money and then diversify.
Yeah, because even like for me now, when I was trying to move out, I'm like, I don't know anyone who does property who can help me find a house. So who did I ask first? I asked you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You want to be that person that subconsciously people are just thinking like, I need to call Portia to ask her when there's something about a house. I need to now build myself to be like, when someone's trying to get new gym clothes, the first person that pops up.
Yeah. Or or not just that, gym clothes. If I want to start even a clothing brand, because it's the same.
It's the same
I'll
thing.
call you. I remember when Ojo was like, she want to start a clothing brand. I was like, if you hit Higgin up, you need to hit Higgin up. He's going to tell you how to get them out, suppliers, how to, the distribution, everything. So and
that's one of the keys. Do you know what I mean? You want to be so known that subconsciously, because we do this subconsciously with other people's businesses.
Yeah, we do.
The reason when you're going to McDonald's and KFC and going to the nice
they're
restaurants,
well known for the chips, man. Yeah. Those chips, they are just, they heat it.
The reason Nike, if you look at Nike, I could have the same product that Nike has, but people are still going to go to Nike because Nike, it's just put so much Nike in front of you that subconsciously you're just going to end up going to Nike.
You just gravitate towards it.
You're just going to gravitate towards it because they've built that foundation. Say they're the best. People around you also are wearing Nike. You're also want to be Nike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So the power of it.
That's the power of, getting something, building something solid.
Something solid.
But it's not easy at the same time because it's not easy.
It is not easy, especially in the, actually, let's just, without undermining the impact of COVID, let's just remove COVID and put it on the side. On a normal time that before COVID, where this was not there, it is not easy because there is so many distractions. Because like even myself, like I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. Hey, Bitcoin has been performing mad.
Booming.
Bitcoin last week, Bitcoin was like 17,000.
But people slept on Bitcoin for like 2 years.
Yeah, but like exactly. And I'm like, everyone is telling me, get on Bitcoin, bet on Bitcoin. And then last year it was the booming thing. No, it crashed last year, right?
Yeah,
and then but now it's picked up because I think PayPal did some. Yeah, they are allowing people to pay with Bitcoin as well.
Yeah.
But then last year, what was driving people? It was drop shipping. Yeah. Remember, I was telling you about drop shipping. I even tried drop shipping on eBay.
Yeah.
And there's so many ways of making money that if you chase every shiny penny, it's gonna be hard to create wealth creation because like I remember this guy I was listening to, was talking about the power of diluted efforts.
Okay.
It was like when you're focusing on 5 things at the same time, your efforts are diluted. So you're not heavily concentrating in one thing because your efforts are diluted, because you're not going to be master at 5 things. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
Possible,
you can only be a master at one. Once you become a master at one, if you mean milk that one thing, like get the maximum cash flow you can get from that, and then take the cash flow from there and then diversify and diversify and diversify. That's how you create wealth. And I think from that strategy, that's literally my blueprint. Just one thing, focus on one thing, become the master of it all in just that one thing, and then diversify. So now I don't even think about Bitcoin. Everybody's talking about them making money in Bitcoin. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care because I'm focusing on one thing. Just one thing. I'm like, making money. It's always well. Because and as well, you have to realize some people, like there's this girl I've been following. Some people that are tapping into these risky things, it's because they have the money to be risky. Their risk appetite is there. My risk appetite is here.
Low,
So their risk appetite, it's so high. So I cannot just be tossing around 200 pounds, 300 pounds like that.
Yeah, no, of course.
Because it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. But if I'm making, crazy amount, that's when my risk appetite is high. That's one of the things as well about wealth creation. You need to understand, what is your risk appetite? How much money are you willing to lose, and you won't cry about it? So if you say, you know what, even £5 is painful, then it's fine. Don't invest £5. Then work on you making more money, so your risk appetite can go a little bit higher, so you can then get into investments.
Facts. So far, I feel like if you listen to this, you need to be taking notes, or you need to listen to this episode as many times until it resonates with you. But nonetheless, we're gonna get into an ad, because there's like a little ad break that we have, because we keep talking about Primal. I'll let you talk about Primal this time, because you've actually had Primal stuff before.
Oh yeah, I actually like your products. Actually, I've got another friend. I also wear his products, but I prefer your products more. Okay. I won't say the name because you hate me. You probably block me after. I actually like your product because I've had your hoodie for like 3 years now. Yeah. And it still looks the same. My sister stole it. She wears it almost every single day. Yeah. But it still looks the same. And I like the logo. I like everything about it. Yeah. So I need to stock up. Yeah. I need to stock up for sure. So
if you want to tap in, if you want to get more Primal stuff, or check it out, or give me feedback, you need to head to www.primalapparel.com. Go check it out. We've got hoodies, t-shirts, women's stuff, all seamless stuff, especially for the women's. That's seamless.
Yeah, it needs to be. And it's not just seamless as well. Yeah. The waist needs to be like this. It needs to, tighten up the thing. Tighten up the waist, and then it becomes a bit looser to just allow things to expand. Yeah. And then it goes down. Yeah, it's a lot of detail to this. It's levels.
Yeah, it's levels to this stuff. Yeah. But anyway, nonetheless, if you're listening, if you're watching this on YouTube, unfortunately, you're gonna get half an hour. If you want to listen to the rest of this podcast, you're gonna have to jump to Spotify, because we need you to head over to Spotify so you can listen to it whilst you're driving, whilst you're cooking, whilst you're doing something. But if you've tapped in on YouTube, thank you. But if you want to listen to the rest of the gems that are going to be said on this podcast, you now need to head over to the Spotify channel.
Are you gonna get more stuff for girls though?
Yeah, for sure.
For girls, yeah, because that waist needs to pop.